Hoity, last night I almost froze to my grave. So today, today I have, today I'm prepared. Like I've worn 2 layers of and then there's this, and then I'm also wearing 2 layers of trousers. Cause yesterday was like the other day. Waking up yesterday, it was 9 degrees, and I slept well, but also it was kind of uncomfortable in a way. But today was what today I woke up very uncomfortable because my sleep was not very. I didn't have like very quality sleep today. So yeah, today I didn't have quality sleep waking up today. So today today I've come quite prepared. So yeah. About my day today was such a day. Yeah. Today was a lot. It was just a lot mentally, um bodily. Is it bodily or bodily? um Emotionally, not so much. I don't think there's anything that tapped into my emotions today, but it's just my mind's like there was a lot that got into my mind today. Um, yeah, and just trying to make things work it was just a lot. It was really odd. Um, yeah. Anyway, what time is it? It's 11 o'clock right now, p.m. Um, I want to sleep a bit earlier than usual so that I could also wake up early. Today, I think I woke up, was it at 7:15? I think so. Sometime around, somewhere over there. Woke up, yeah, like, good time. It was also because maybe, it was also because maybe my sleep wasn't like really good. That's why I woke up early. And also, as much as I woke up early, it was really hard to wake up because I didn't have quality sleep. Anyway, enough about sleep. Um, I've talked about today. I have I don't think there's anything else to talk about really. Yeah, maybe let's just call it a night. But also maybe before I go, of course I'm still studying the book of Titus 2. Today I studied verse 9 to 10, which talks about how bond servants should submit to God. But even so, not submit to God, but to submit to their masters. There's a whole history with that because even when, you know, our churches were being planted, Paul, the idea of slavery didn't sit well with Paul, but yeah, he still had to address it from a different angle. So it just talks about how verse 9 to 10 pretty much talks about how bond servants should submit their past to their masters. Even in those days, it was possible that a bond servant would submit to their masters in their homes, but it also happened that the same bond servants were elders in the church. But just because there were elders in the church and their masters were supposed to submit to them, it didn't mean that they shouldn't be diligent when doing work. And then there was a word that was used in there, they should not be pilfering, which actually means in those days in the ancient world, the word thief and servant were used interchangeably because people had the idea that servants were thieves. So pilfering actually meant that the servants shouldn't steal. Pilfering meant that the servants were stealing. They were, taking their master's properties, and sometimes even keeping back some of the things that they sold for their masters. Like, for example, if they sold something at $20, but they will give their masters like $15 and kept the $5 to themselves. It's a whole thing. But anyway, the idea that Paul was telling Timothy, or the instruction that Paul was giving Timothy, was to actually teach bondservants to be submissive as well as diligent in their work. I guess that's it. There was something else that I wanted to talk about, but I have forgotten. Anyway, there's a lot to be grateful for today. And one thing that I wanted to say that I've now just remembered. I think one thing I'm really grateful for right now, especially in the season that I'm in, I think I'm in a season where probably this is one of the lowest I've been emotionally, like in almost every angle. But yet, it's also been the most joyful and the most grateful I've been in my entire life, to like go through fire. And yet at the end of the day, it's kind of like sit still and say, maybe today wasn't so bad. You know what I mean? Like, it's such a blessing, to just end the day with gratitude. Even, no matter how bad it was. It's such a blessing. And lately I have experienced so much joy. It's freeing. Anyway, it's almost midnight. I need to go. I think what verse is it? I think it's Psalm 21. It talks about God gives his children sleep. So I'm going to sleep because my Father never sleeps nor slumbers. And he desires good sleep for me. So I'm going to go to bed. I love you, boy.